This is a quick video to show you a web app I've created for showing how you create a generative AI app while taking payments for each generation. So it's a proof of concept test. I just wanted to make sure that I could charge for the work and just help people out with something that they need to do. So the first thing that the website does is give you 3 buttons. So you've got the home page, which is the default root, so the slash root. You've got about, which is just telling you about the project, and then you've got the login. So the general concept behind the website, or the general theme, is that you're a tour guide and you're going to give people a virtual tour of Rome's ancient wonders. So the bunch of prompts that happen, and it passes that to a AI that's been LoRa trained with my face, and it's just going to generate faces of me that people are going to pay for. Obviously no one wanted to pay for this, but it's just something that I want to play with. So the first thing we'll do is just go through all the pages. So we've been to home, about, and we'll go to login. So the login page allows you to log in. It'll take an email address and it'll email me with that login. So I'm just going to bring this email up now, and I'll show it on your screen so you can actually see it. So it's on screen now. You can see it's gone to mine, and it's also gone to no reply at, so it's from no reply at alexkelly.world. So alexkelly.world is something that I created, and when you actually send the emails, you can actually see by clicking that button. The button's not working for some reason. Let's just click through that and just paste it in. So you can see it's going to hit this route here, which is the device magic link, and then it's going to log in with this code that lasts only 15 minutes. So if you don't do it in 15 minutes, it forgets about this code and you won't be able to log in. But we've done it within 15 minutes, so we can log in, and you can now see that we've got this generate images and this buy credits. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to just click on the generate images button, and you can see we've got no images there, but we've got a choice between generate an image of gladiators, citizens, or emperors. So if we click emperors and generate, it's going to use this prompt here. So Tok, I should have to change this colour, but Tok is myself, so this is the reference to me, so it'll use more of those weights to generate a picture of me. It's just going to generate it preparing a battle in the Colosseum, gleaming arena packed with spectators, and then some of the objects should be me. So you've got multiple Alex killers in here, and that is what it generates. So if you generate another one, so let's just choose gladiators, generate. You can see that, so it's gone off, sent that prompt off to the server with my trained LoRa's on there too, and it's just going to return the image, and then there's a background process that's going, and it's continuously checking to see whether the image has been generated, and it stores that in a database. And there we go. So citizens, so it looks like it's sent the same prompt for these gladiators. So this is Roman soldiers marching through Grand Triumph. So these prompts are just random prompts. There we go. Okay, so we've generated 3 images. We've got an idea about what it does. The next thing is to buy some credits. So you've got a choice between buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credits. Each one of those is directly correlated to the dollar amount. So for the moment, I'm just going to buy 1 credit. You can see we've got 9 credits at the top left. So let's buy credit. And this is, click it again. This is going to take us to Stripe. So this is who's handling our payments. So if I open and just grab this credit card, and then type in my email address, and let's just paste in the credit card. Click pay. and that's just processing it now. This is great. Payment successful. Champion. We don't want to save this into LastPass, and then that'll go off, take us back to the default, and the credit. Has the credit gone up? I can't remember what the credit was before, but that should have gone up one by one anyway. And that's it. And then to log out, just click that log out button, which shows the log out screen. I'll keep us logged in for the moment. What we'll do next is we'll show the code. So let's go back to main. So what I've done is just generated sort of a text to show what the aim of the site is. So if I load it to any LLM, we can do that quite easily, and it'll understand what the idea I'm trying to get to. So what we can do with this, which is quite good, if we just create a new one, and then we just change this to long context, because we're going to add some information on. If you send it to because this is a very new library, it won't be trained on all the LLMs at the moment. So there's something called docs. Let's have a look. Pretty sure it was docs. FastHTML there, and then that adds the information. So I want to show you what that's actually doing. So Answer AI have created, let's go back to the same page. I've created this. So this is information for the LLM, so they understand how the library works and how to give the results that you want, whether it's just querying how the library works for a specific to a specific query that you've entered in, or whether you wanted to actually generate some fast HTML code. But it's very useful. It works very well. So these are all the imports. Fast core, fast HTML, part of the websites. Threaded, it just means that you can use multiple threads, so you're not waiting on some process to happen. We'll see that in use later. Some imports, so Unicorn, which is a web server, requests, replicate, which is the LLM that I'm using to generate the images, and then Stripe, which is the credit card thing that you saw earlier. And image support, Starlet is this is what gives the responses for the websites. Oz, we know all those environments, and send is the actual sends email for the login. So I've entered a dev mode. So if you're in dev mode, you can change between logging in with security or not security. I just thought it was quite useful when I was just testing it out initially. We've got the replicate keys. We've got the Stripe keys. The domain. The reason why it wants the domains, it wants to know once you've entered the Stripe credit card details, how do you get back to the website, or which page do you want to go into in the original website. So in my case, I just want to go back to the home page, so it just takes you to the default route. I think that's where it takes you to anyway. Resend key, so that's sending an email into the logging in. Okay, so this bit could do a bit of tidy up. This is the database section. So the database section, this is a sort of a hack on top of what Jano's done, so I'd probably just recreate it and just make it a bit more consistent, because I've used full SQL here, whereas here I've just generated it in a more structured format. And I think there's a new library out now, which is this mini AI, so you could probably do it all in that. But I've got to where I am at the moment, and I'm happy with where I am, so I'm not going to make any more changes than this just yet. This is a CSS tables CSS frameworks I'm using. These are what make the website look pretty. And this is all to do with the security. So when I first logged in, I didn't have generate or buy credits, only after I logged in were those there. What this does is this, if you're not logged in, if you're not logged in, then these are only the website links that you can see. If you are logged in, then it just totally ignores this. And that's what this bit's doing here. So if you're in dev mode, you'll log straight in and you won't have any of these restrictions. So beware there. Okay, and this is just the CSS for the hover. So this is when you're generating images. It'll just make sure that the images pop up. So it just makes it look a bit nicer. We've got a user login here, and the navigation page. So all the functions I've had at the top, and then all the pages are listed lower down. I wasn't quite sure the best layout for this, but it seems to work. So this is the navigation bar just here. And what I was finding, I was writing that on each of the routes or pages. So I just made this into a function that I could call, and then I've got consistency across all pages. And all it does is just show the common links, which are just buttons. Quite an easy page to do. Yeah, I won't dive into that further. The login, send emails, we'll have a look at in a bit. These are all linked pages, so I'll go through the pages and we'll understand what each one of those is. So this is the default page, the /. So the / would take you to this screen here. So / and then presenter that takes you home. If it's about, it would be / about. And all it's doing is just showing this information in discover the Rome's ancient wonders. So if we go back to the home page, we can see the text there. And that's all that page is doing really. It's showing you the background information. Log out, so we can do this bit log out. All you do is when you click on that screen there, it'll just automatically log you out. So let's hang on that log out screen for a bit, and then it'll allow you to log back in. So login screen we've already seen. What this does is show you the sign-in page. Enter the sign-in. In fact, let's just go through this because it'll probably make it a bit easier to understand. So log out, hangs out here for 5 seconds. Log out, let's go back to this one. So it's just going to show this background, and then it's going to time out, and then it's going to reroute you to this page here, so back to the home page. So by the time we've got on there, we're back to the home page, and we can now log in. So the login is just asking for an email, so I'm just going to enter my email, and then when I click this button, sign in with email, it's going to send me an email. So let's have a look what's happening in code here. In code, we've got the login, we've got the navigation bar that's going to be returned. So this happens on every web page, and then just creates this logged in, which I don't think I'm using, so I could probably remove that. But all it is just showing you the sign in. So that's the title or the H1 header. It's going to paragraph to show you into the email, and then it's going to show the login form. So the login form is just a function, and this is the information where it's going to give you or pass through to the function. So if we hold Control down, click on that, the target and the string, and all this is going to do is show the input box on screen. So my email is going to be in this place. When we actually submit it, and that's when we click this submit button here. And all that's going to do is disable the submit button once it's been clicked once, just to stop re-entries. So that's let's have a look. So that's this button here. You can see it's grayed out now. So we can't click that button again. can see it said magic link sent. So let's go back to the code. We should be able to see that in the code. Maybe it's in the button text. Let's have a look. Can't see where it actually does that, but it does change it somewhere. Anyway, all it's going to run is that target. That target is going to take it to the login. So let's have a look what that was again. So that one there. So that's a page. So if we look for this page on the left hand side, some magic link. There we go. This is the route that it actually enters. So it's going to check see whether the emails, it can find the email token. So 32 seconds it's going to wait for. Sorry, no, 15 minutes it's going to wait for. This is the security on it. And then this is just building up the link to send, and then it just calls this one, which is just to actually send the email with this link here that's been building up throughout this function. And there we go. That's how it's going to look, which is the same as this email here. Let's just minimize that one. Hey there, click this link, and then the link. If you didn't request this, please just ignore its email. There we go. Okay, so let's scroll further down. So we've done that one, we've done log out, we've done login, about, very simple. All about is this screen here. And so you've got the background and then you've just got this text. Nothing special about this screen. Right, so what we're going to show is the generate random images. So we click on this here. You can see the images. So we've got free, another line of free, another line of 2. So we've got we've got 6 and then 8. We've got one more, 9 to go. So what we're going to do is just generate another one and see what happens, just to remind us. You can see it's created a text here. This is sending a query off, and we're just going to wait until it comes back with the image. So this is the prompt, generate an image. There we go. So we know how it works now. Let's have a look at the code. So the code is here, and we're just going to click on generate images. Move that a bit further out. We don't want the post. We want the get, which is here. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to check to see whether the user logged in. Then it's going to just check the email address and grab the user details from the database and just report that the user's not found if not. It's going to see whether they've got enough balance. It's going to check the balance of the user in the user database. And then it's just going to generate a form. And this is just so that they can select whether it's an operator, an emperor, a gladiator, a citizen, and then just click on the generate image button. So it's not going to do anything at this point, it's just saving it to this add class here. So it's going to be a function, isn't it? So the next thing to do is it's going to get a list of all the previous images that have been generated for this user, and then it's going to store them in generate containers. So for G in gens, so gens is the table. It's going to limit the entries to 10. And it's going to where the session ID is equal to the session ID that's been logged in. So that session ID there is going to be the email address. And then it's going to do create a gen list, and it's going to create a div. It's going to go through each one of those, and then it's going to do a formatting using some CSS code. And then this is where it actually gets returned. So you've got the navigation bar, which we've seen multiple times. I'll not go through that again. It's going to give a heading, and then it's going to give a paragraph here, and then it's going to give add, which was the form here, and then it's going to give the ID generation status, and then it's going to generate a list. So that's going to be this one here. And that's it. So that will give you this page here without the button being clicked. So what happens when you click the button? Have a look at that. So when you click the button, it's going to run this here. So let's have a look at that. The post, that's right. So it's going to check user logged in, same as before, see whether his balance is less than 1. If it's more than 1, then it's going to remove a balance from it. So you're going to reduce an image or the pound have we put in the system. And then it's going to update the database. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to print the balance out just for debugging status. We've got the list of prompts. We can add to those prompts if we need to, or we could just read from an external file or get the LLM to generate some prompts for us. And then we're just going to get a list of those prompts, and we're going to add this to the screen. So it's just prompt that we've got. It's going to choose a random prompt from there. This bit is the interesting bit. This is the bit where it actually gets the normal prompt and it tries to make him look like Tok. So Tok there is myself, so that's our training model. So if it sees Tok in the world when I've been training the model, it's going to point the weights towards me, images of me. And then it's going to just save the information into a database. It's going to create the folder and then insert the entry into the database, and then it's going to save the details. Look at this. So this is actually the prompt we're sending the ID, and we're sending the folder, and then this is the API call. And then we open the image and we return true. Okay, so back to where it was. And that is it, and that is the whole process now. So you've generated an image, and then it will just display the updated one, so we can see we've got 9 on there now. Right, so the next one we're going to look at is the buy credits. So home, buy credits, select the amount that you want to buy. So again, I've just got one one-to-one relationship. So buy 2 credits, you get 2, it's $2. So we'll buy 2. We're running in test mode, you can see up there, so this means we can just put a random credit card in there. So after complete the random, there is a credit card examples which you can get from the website. just by clicking this link in here, just on the Stripe. Need to paste that in there. Then we'll just pay, and that's just going to go through. It'll say that it's successful. Once it said it's successful, that's when it'll use the webhook to send that information back to. So payment successful, yes. No, we're not going to say that. Oops. Click now. And we've got an extra 3 credits in there, or extra 2 credits. Okay, so let's have a look at the code. So if we go back to main, scroll up. In fact, let's just find it from here. Buy credits. So this is just some debug that I put in there. I can probably remove it. And it's going to buy credits, and it's going to give you options for those. And then there's going to be the button at the bottom. So let's have a look at that again. If we go to buy credits, got the options there, and then the button. And what it's going to do if you click the buy button, it's going to go to the post. Oops. Buy credits post. And that is just here. So it's going to check to see whether the user's logged in. If it is, just redirect back to the default. If you're not logged in, just log back to the default. Then it's going to store the email in the email field, and then it's just going to update, fetch users from the database. If it's not found, then it's going to tell you it's not found in the database. Select if the credit's too low, it shouldn't activate that because it shouldn't allow your screen if your credit's below that. We'll leave that in there anyway. And then this is the information that's going to send back. So it's getting the information from Stripe, sending the information to Stripe, sorry. And these are the extra fields that I've sent. So when it's returned to the webhook, I can use that to store the credit amount against the user's email address, so the ID in the database. And if there's any problems, these are the websites that will load. So if it's successful, it'll load that one. If it's a problem, it'll load this site here, cancel. So if users clicked, I don't know, back on the buttons on the top, rather than just clicking the cancel button, it will just display this page to say that something's happened. And that is it from this page. So when someone's entered the credit card details, it's going to take them through to the webhook. The webhook, I had some issues with it. For some reason, the Stripe site was wanting a backslash or without a backslash, but it wasn't working. I don't know why. I need to put these two in, and now it works. Probably a better technique, but that's what I've used so far. So this is going to get the information back from Stripe. It's going to extract the information, and then it's just going to check for different types. So it's going to be a JSON essentially it extracts, and then it's going to get the user email address, user credit number, credit amount, sorry, and then it's just going to update the database here. If there's a problem, it's going to return a 404. Successful 200, and that's it.